When I think about Ethan, is he was radiant, he was clever, he was joyful and kind, and also very strong-willed. When he was younger, we called him Sneaky Pants because he liked to take his brother's things and hide them from him.
And a cowboy with a side of curly fries.
Ethan woke up happy every day. He was just full of joy all the time.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
We also called him Tigger as he got older because he bounced around the room, just constantly moving.
Let me hear you laugh.
But Ethan was a very happy child, and he loved to eat pastries and sweet things.
He was always really happy. He was always smiling a lot.
Oh yeah.
If he had been given more time, like with us, he definitely would have changed the world in some way with his infinite creativity and curiosity.
And he always had this sort of aura around him that always made everyone happier.
He also had Tigger's attitude. He was very gleeful and just happy every day that we spent with him. It was a typical Saturday where we would pack the kids into the car with their sailing gear to head off to sailing practice. It had become routine for us on Saturdays because they had joined a sailing race team.
Ethan and I get out of the car and I help him get all his gear out and put his life jacket on him and put his hat on and patted him on the head and just said, "Have a good day, bud." And he took off to practice.
Tour around the corner, listened to dispatch, and it was a boating accident involving a child, and it was pretty bad from what the call takers were saying.
Dispatch had advised us that it was a child had been hit by a propeller. I remember looking down at my gun belt, and I remember grabbing my tourniquet, and in hindsight, I knew that something was going to change. We pulled up, and I saw Ethan in the bow of the boat there, and I immediately jumped off, and I said to him, "Hey, I'm Officer Skinner. I'm here to help you, buddy." I put the tourniquet around his leg, and I've always trained to put the tourniquet on like friends. I never trained to put it on a little boy.
Skinner just, went into everything that he's trained to do. Immediately, instinctually almost, applied a tourniquet to Ethan's leg, and it was a bad scene.
And that's when I got the phone call that every parent dreads. And it was the sailing director. And she said, "Mindy, can you come back, please? I think something has happened to Ethan."
I could see all the ambulances on the twin bridges. That was just,
At that point, we were in panic mode, and we just needed to find out what had happened to Ethan.
They wanted to take us somewhere, and I just told them, "My son is right there." and I'm staying with him.
So we drove to the hospital, and my husband and I were just in a state of shock, and we just kept hoping Ethan would be okay. Finally, a nurse came in and she told us that he was in critical condition and his injuries were pretty bad.
When you see all the doctors and all the nurses, you know that there's nothing else they can do.
Listening to the doctor as he told us that Ethan had passed, that his heart had stopped and they couldn't bring him back, I just kept telling him that I was so sorry. I was so sorry this happened to him, that I loved him, that he was my sweet Ethan.
And we just stayed with him and told him how much we loved him.
And we know now we have to keep pushing forward to do other things that will try to somehow give us a better feeling, a satisfied feeling that we're doing something because he died really without a reason.
What we are looking at is legislation, education, and safety procedures and equipment. Those are the three main areas that we want to focus on.
The engine cutoff switch is really simple to use. There's the ones that come installed on the boat. There's also wireless ones. Ethan's death was 100% preventable by use of the engine cutoff switch.
It's like the first line of defense between disaster and having a great time. It can stop what happened to Ethan.
The technology's there. The emergency cutoff switch. I mean, wear it. There's no reason not to wear it. I mean, you can move about your boat. You're not, tethered to the console. I mean, a month later after the incident, we had somebody fall out of their boat, and the boat was in motion, doing circles. And it's preventable. And the technology's there. Just use it.
We've had to figure out how to be a family of 3 and a family of 4. And to be honest, we don't want to be a family of 3. We want Ethan back. And I don't want to live in a world without Ethan. I'm forced to have memories of him, of pictures and videos. We talk about Ethan a lot still. We're finding a rhythm of being close together as a family and moving forward with our efforts with boating safety.
What drives me to move forward is Mindy, Tanner, and Ethan. I want to be there for Mindy. This is incredibly hard for a mother to lose their child. I want Tanner to see that we have to keep pushing forward in life even when the worst happens. And for Ethan, I'm still his dad, and I need him to know I'm still fighting for him, and that we're trying to make change so this doesn't happen to another kid.